Welcome back to another From the Markives random pulls, random rambling and rumination upon discs that I have had for many, many years on a shelf and are currently in boxes surrounding me, some of which you can see over there and the rest of which you can't see because if you did, you would back away slowly and make sure you had your hand on your keys. So we're just going to pull 4 discs out of this box and randomly ramble and see what kind of memories they evoke. And maybe it's something you've heard of. Maybe you have your own thoughts on them. If so, please comment below. First of all, we have... Oh, this is a fun one. I'm going to say that about everything because this is all stuff I kept and liked. Do you know Nighthawks? Rutger Hauer, Sylvester Stallone, gritty New York City cop drama from the early 80s, 81, I want to say. It is, this was a Shout Factory release. This was one that was tricky on video because it had some notable music in it that was not present. I don't know if it was present on the VHS. I know the initial DVD did not have the original music in it. I don't think it was until the Shout Factory edition came out that the original music was in there. Not that it really ruins the movie, but if you're a fan of the movie and you've always known it with that music in there, you kind of want to have what you know in there. Rutger Hauer basically is a terrorist who plans on doing very bad things in New York City, and Stallone is the cop who's going to stop him. There's not much more to it than that. This is one that I saw on Channel 56, Boston's WLVI TV 56, as the 8 o'clock movie one night, which was very formative in my cinemaniacal education. My father was a big fan of movies and would watch every night pretty much what was on Channel 38. Sometimes, sorry, 56. If you didn't want to watch what was on 56 for a movie, sometimes they would have Celtics basketball. He would turn on to Channel 38, which was Boston's WSBK TV, and they would have the Movie Loft with Dana Hersey, which I loved. It was a hosted movie show where Dana Hersey, Boston, the voice of Boston, more or less, would, and the voice of Channel 38, would introduce movies and give you little tidbits. And it was very, very hip, very cool. If you look on YouTube, you can find some clips. And I saw a lot of stuff that way too. And Nighthawks was one of those that I saw and I always thought was kind of cool. There's a shot on the, is it Roosevelt Island? Tram in New York, where I was going to say Russ Meyer, talking about a lot of different movies today, where Rutger Hauer is holding people hostage. It's got Stallone in a blonde wig at one point. It's really good. This Blu-ray edition from Shout Factory from a few years ago has new interviews with producer Herb Nanas, writer Paul Silbert, director of photography James A. Conter, actors Lindsay Wagner and Catherine Mary Stewart, and police consultant Randy Jurgensen. Randy Jurgensen, if you can find anything where he's talking or being interviewed, that man lived a life and was involved in damn near any film that was made, especially any police-related film that was made in New York City in the 70s and into the 80s. And I had the privilege of seeing him speak in front of several films screened at the Alamo Drafthouse Yonkers for several years, so Friedkin films and some Bill Lustig films. He just had amazing stories from his life as a cop and from the making of all these movies. So it's really, really cool. He's got a big, long interview on the new Arrow Cruising 4K as well. And directed by Bruce Malmuth. Really good, fun flick if you've never seen it. It's like this would pair well with Cobra if you want to see a couple of good Stallone gritty 80s cop films. That is, oh, that's 4. These things just fly by. That's 4, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. That might even be more than 4. And if it's not, I apologize. Has it been 4? Well, I'm dumb. Let's just do another one. Why not? I'm piling them up so I don't do more than one more than once here. Call this the last one. Okay, has anybody heard of this movie? Is this movie any good? Office Space? Is this quotable? Is there any merchandise I can find from this movie? This is the special edition with Flair. I saw Office Space in the theater, and yeah, I was the one. I saw Office Space in the theater. I was not a fan of Mike Judge's stuff. I've never been into the Beavis and Butthead thing, and the trailers just looked funny. So I went to see this movie. I went to the General Cinemas in Tyngsboro, Massachusetts, which is, living in New Hampshire where I did at the time, you had to leave the state to go to a proper chain theater. There'd be these tiny regional chains, but to go to like a really well outfitted, modernized national chain, you had to leave the state. And like literally you could stand on the border of New Hampshire and Massachusetts and throw a rock and hit this theater. It's like they went as close to New Hampshire as they could without going in. And I think it's an AMC now. I went there to see House by the Lake, something like that, not too long ago. But anyway, I went to see Office Space and I loved it. And it was great. And I, bought it on videotape. I bought it on DVD. I bought it on Blu-ray. I haven't upgraded since then, but it's a movie I do love. It's a movie I think about a lot. If you've ever worked in an office or really in any kind of environment with other people, some aspect of this will ring true. It's endlessly quotable and good double feature with 9 to 5. I always said at the drive-in we should do a work sucks weekend and have it be Office Space and 9 to 5 or that and Take This Job and Shove It if you wanted to make it a triple feature. Anyway, until next time, I'm Mark and I will be pulling more random things from the Markives. Thank you for joining me. Please comment below if you see fit.